A portly gent, dressed in his Oxford shirts, fat, sure, but he deserved a handle with some honorific splash, and so we dubbed him Mr. Mudslide. Add a touch of class to an otherwise shabby spot. Our freaky cook obsessed with sprouts and wheat germ, equal parts health food and rats, graffiti and smoothie shakes. He'd come weekdays, usually afternoons, mild-mannered fellow, quiet, no trouble at all. The junkies are polite, I'll give 'em that. Soon as he lumbered in, I'd know his order. Mudslide, always the same. And though he showed up every day, he'd tiptoe to the bar, all strangerly. "Excuse me, sir." He must have known my name was Red. "Excuse me, sir. I'll have a mudslide, please." And then he'd nod his head, and I'd nod mine, to signify we understood each other, see? He'd tuck some bills under his cocktail napkin, and off he'd roll to shoot up in the men's room stall. Now, mudslides are like milkshakes, messy and sweet. They taste like you're not drinking alcohol, which tells you why they're popular with the kids or ladies who would rather have dessert but can't because they're watching what they eat. Though mudslides might as well be creme brulee. For me, I never cared for them. Too sweet. Plus, once a person orders one of those, the whole bar has to have them, like a mudslide. This is how your trends get started. Before you know it, you've got dirty glasses stacked to here, and you can't get them clean because of all that cream clouding your wash water. Mr. Mudslide, though, I didn't mind. He mostly showed up in the afternoon when no one's starting trends, at least in bars. So, like I said, I'd make the drink while he'd go do his business, 15, 20 minutes, however long it took to get his high, then back to his stool, already looking droopy. And now the waitresses would all come round the service end to see the mudslide show. This guy, poor slob, would brace himself against the bar and slowly elevate his glass. But just before he got it to his lips, I mean the instant just before the sip, he'd nod out, battening his eyelid hatches, mudslide listing like a battleship about to spill the glass mid-air, him fighting hard, a drowning man bobbing and jerking. But here's the miracle of Mr. Mudslide. He could hold that drink in his limp fingers. He'd hold it on the very verge of sheer catastrophe for minutes at a time, while smack suspended him somewhere between defiance of and compliance with the laws of gravity. Just when we thought he'd lost control at last, he'd come to with a snort and set the glass back down, the sip still unconsummated. Then he'd start again. Riveting. We couldn't help but watch. This was his life, and ours, a waiting game. A bigger waste of art you've never seen. He didn't spill his mudslide that I saw, but then he never drank it neither. The Bloody Mary is the meatloaf of cocktails. It cannot be overseasoned, in my opinion, and a kind of everything but the kitchen sink spirit prevails over it like warm wind over the tropics. Where else do horseradish and celery salt, tomato juice and lime, Worcestershire and Tabasco harbor in such amiable partnership? A good Bloody Mary negotiates the consistency of Vichyssoise and its bounty to boot, except in matters spirituous. Having bought round after round for last night's after-hours tip-fest, I am obligated out of house-conscious karma to short today's drinkers their vodka. A well-made Bloody Mary will never tell how much or little vodka she contains. You can count on her.